they sit in a rod holder, and they just go bam, bam. I'm not going to do it. Just take your sinker, bring it down the opposite side of your handle, and you can adjust it and hook it up onto your eye brakes. Don't hook it on your eye brakes. That way when it's riding, you don't have that sinker banging against your equipment.
Is there a particular knot you use when you're tying up the sinker slide?
Well, it starts out with a double, it's a king sling that doubles your line.
Right.
And then to the leader is a double uni knot.
And then the one below.
This one right here, anything over 50-pound test, I use uni knots. And
The one that keeps the sinker sliding down.
that's the double uni. And then up here is the top of that king sling.
Brake or mono?
You using brake or mono?
Mono for bottom fishing. And the reason is, the braid, A, is expensive after a while. You get a lot of braid loss out there. And it really doesn't have the abrasion resistance. Like if you start rubbing up against rocks, it tends to fray up and it'll pop right off. And the elasticity of the monofilament, for people who haven't fished a lot, is very forgiving. It gives them a little bit more of a chance of getting that fish up. Of course, you lose your sensitivity, but some people really don't have a lot of sensitivity anyway.
That's what my wife says about it.
This is a rig I thought of myself. I hadn't seen anything like it. You know, the lonely February afternoon. There was a corona involved. But I call it a Captain B rig because just lack of a better name. But it starts out with a, and I'll show you this after the thing, because I know you can't see these knots. But it starts out with a king sling with a double uni, same thing as the regular fish finder rig. But I believe the tag-in loop, and this is where you put your sinker on. And you slip it through there, it's a bank sinker. And you slip around there and loop it back to the neck. And that way, if you're traveling, you can just take the sinker off and put it in your pocket. And if conditions change, like if you need more weight or less weight over the course of the day, you can adjust that without having to do any cutting of the lines. And also, if you are out there amberjack fishing, you're near a wreck, you slip the sinker off, put a live bait on there, and flip that bait out there, and you got a free line pole without having to do any tinkering, because you know, everything takes time, and the more time you can fish, the better off you are. I'll talk about it a little bit. Free line. And when you get finished with the reels, always back off your drag so they don't freeze up on you. Go ahead and do it. And then a trolling outfit. This TLD 15, which is lightweight. You can use other rods and reels, but this thing is lightweight, has a strike drag. You can use it with fish, grouper will hold up to it. You can use it for amberjack fishing. In a crunch, you can just go ahead and use this for pink mouth grunt fishing. It's pretty uniform. You'll catch just about anything. But I got it rigged up for trolling. It's got 65-pound test braid on it, and I always use braid for trolling, deep water trolling, because it doesn't have the line diameter and it cuts deep. I can get my plugs down to about, I can scratch bottom at 63 feet when I stretch 30. I got it tweaked that way. So, and I've got grouper in 82 foot of water trolling when I stretch 30s. This I have a swivel in there. When the kings are in and they just started getting into the water in our area, I'll put a little trace of number 7, or number 5 and number 7 single strand wire on there. And with the braid, I can do a barrel swivel at the top and a snap swivel at the bottom for your wire leading. Instead of doing your monofilament to wire connection without the swivel, y'all know that one. All right, what's the next one? tackle, circle hooks versus J hooks. Y'all probably read about it, heard about it. I don't have anything to add to it. The circle hooks are more fish friendly. They do work. Guys bring them on a boat that are used to fishing with them. They're fantastic. Hook right in the corner of their mouth, just like they're predicted. You don't get gut hook fish. It's a very nice hook. However, I've been saying the hook for 45 years. And I've come to the conclusion that's one of the parts of fishing I really, really like, is setting a hook. I'm hard. And so I don't like the circle hook because I can't set the hook, and I like to jump start that grouper like a bull out of the chute, just hammer. So I can't use it. I'm not capable of using a circle hook. And I will sit there and I'll feel that live bait start swirling around. You got a circle hook on there. You got a circle. Just little. That thing will hammer out. And I'll never get fish. So I can't untrain myself, but if you can use a circle hook, it is a good thing. Lines and leaders. For short boat fishing, this main line, and I use pin 4 aughts because I got Apollo and I can pretty much have my own parts when I was reels in the junk, just left over. I've spooled up with 50 to 60 pound test main line for every day in and day out fishing. And some guys say, why don't you use 80 pound test? Why don't you use 100 pound test? Because we're written broke off. Because I'm the guy who has to break that line. After 15 times, your shoulder gets tired of trying to pull that thing up. But if you're a good fisherman or even a moderate fisherman, 50 or 60 pound test is more than sufficient for a group. Some people like to go heavier, and that's fine. I just pull up a lot of hang-ups in the middle of the road. The leader material, this is a 100 pound test. I've been scaling back down to 70 pound test. Because I've been getting more bites with a thinner line, especially in areas where the group have seen a lot of fishing activity. So I've been cutting back to 60 pound tests. And it's just regular, I don't have fluorocarbon and stuff like that. I just use regular monofilament. Fluorocarbon, I've seen it work better than monofilament, but it's pretty expensive stuff. I go through 1,000 yards of it. Yeah, if somebody wants to use fluorocarbon, they can bring it on a boat. Also, if I go fishing for fun and I do it as often as I can afford, I'll go out there with 30 pound or 20 to 30 pound outfits, even the big spinners, the 8,500 spinners. And I like free line live baits to group in shallow water. And it's a challenge to me if I get a month or 2 months ago. Me and Blake went out there, we were catching them on 15 and 20 pound tests. We loaded out 10 grouper. And we lost a lot of grouper, but I don't care. I mean, I only want 2 fish to eat anyway, so. If you can do it, it's a ball, and it does improve your bite. I mean, those fish, we were fishing with a regular conventional gear like this, and his crazy self threw out a live bait on a little 15 pound Ambassador 7000. And it got banged. And it got banged again. Well, I'm not the fastest guy in the world. I'm going to switch over. So I had a 30 pound outfit, and it was working just as well. So, and it was just, it had to be the line diameter. And the line diameter does influence how that live bait works in the water. So the lighter weight line does come into play sometimes. But again, when it's sporting, it's fun. Live bait. What's my favorite? A live blue runner will catch anything that swims out there. A live blue runner will instigate something that is absolutely not hungry to eat. I mean, that fish is incredible. It's spastic. You can swim it on the top. I've caught fine cobia out there on it. Amberjack that were not even slightly interested in pinfish. All of a sudden you fish a runner out there